Ah, we've had our daily rollover, so it's time for us to actually use our free ranked run of the day. Let's go, Vanessa. Salty Job says, it's so sad to hear that what Atlas used to be like the #1 pig late game item in alpha builds, now I rarely see it. I love the self-propelling crane. Admittedly, when you get to multiplicatives that insane, you do need to be careful with them. Oh. Okay, so Silver Cannon wins a lot of early fights. It's just a lot of damage. Tripwire. I am always really interested in trying to use Tripwire, but I feel like I have to sub Tripwire out of my build before I ever find that anything that can actually afford to use it. Like Lighthouse, for instance. Lose array every 7 seconds, slow 9 for 2 seconds, each adjacent friend gives it multicast, and then fishing net. I'm not going to be taking fishing net. Tripwire, when your enemy uses an item, charges 2 seconds, and it slows a single item for a single second. It just feels like this is much easier to fit into a build when you already have slow. Yeah, exactly. Slow finesse is a good build, you just have to find a payoff first. So I think I have to field, like, power on board, and then try and go back in the direction of Tripwire if I want to do that. It's sad. It's sad. That said, with a Silver Cannon, it makes it very, very easy to get aggressive options here in the opening. Pyro for a single additional burn on it? Honestly, worth it. 14 additional damage.
Plank? Walk it.
And it comes with 2 additional gold. Can't turn that down. Strange Mushroom. I'm at the position where I've already taken an experience here, so I can take another experience and have the level up. But I also have a shop in order to actually fill up that space. Oh my god, Sylvia! Yes, please. Ramrod? Reloads adjacent items with 1 ammo and hastes them 1 second every 8 seconds. Ramrod's bad, y'all. Ramrod is just... It's too slow. It takes up too much space. It does too little. But it's something. It's either that or I have to roll, and then I'm looking for a medium item. Right? Whereas right now, you know, if I roll, I can't get a large item. It's every 8 seconds Ramrod does that. Well, this is much easier. Astrolabe, when you use another non-weapon item, charge this 1 second. I mean, I'd love to take Lighter. I'd love to take Clamora. If this was my first store, I would literally be walking out of here with Astrolabe and Lighter. Absolutely. So Astrolabe cannot haste the cannon right now. That's fine. This is just an individually strong item that we're picking up right now. The cannon is just here as a powerful item to get us through some rounds. Diamond Ramrod seems sort of okay. Revolt loads 3 ammo and 3 haste, but it does it every 8 seconds. Does Astrolabe haste itself? Yes, it says haste a non-weapon item, not another.
Don't let my youth worry you. The guys who trained me were very old.
We'll take the 3 additional burn on the cannon so that it gets us a little bit further. I'll also sell the cinders. I was ideally going to have more items on field, but this is still a really good position.
I may be young for
Pig has 300 HP. There's a lot of pig builds that will just be able to tank these hits and then win. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. Oh, I'm definitely concerned. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Annoyingly, Ramrod would have won that fight. That's okay. This has a lot more of a future than Ramrod does. Slow item, medium item from middle. I'm going to go 2 gold, 1 experience. A little bit more to be working with in the next store. Non-weapon items. That's what I'm looking for.
Cast aside your dethruments.
We have Clamra at the start of each fight. Use this. We have Seaweed. When you use an aquatic item, this gains 5 heal for the fight. And then we have Dock Lines. I'm going to be buying all of these, and I'm going to be fielding all of them as soon as I possibly can, which is after the next fight. I'll be putting that on field. We can absolutely beat all of these. Hang on. We cannot absolutely beat all of these. That was really dumb. That was really daft of me. I know I can't beat this fight, and yet I'm here. Bad move. Yeah, if only I had a Ramrod. That was a really bad move. Oh well.
My ship, my failure, my will to get stronger.
I can't take it back. I did that to myself. Quixel. I'm already going to level up before we get into the next fight, which is all I care about.
Price? Don't care.
Silencer, Launchon, and Rifle. Completely different kind of Quixel turning up here. I'm going to take the Silencer and leave, because it's quite cheap right now, but it leaves open more options later. Treasure chest versus Lickit. Let's go treasure chest. Shovel. Alright, that'll give me a free item. Another bronze tier item, 2 gold for each weapon you have. Give me another bronze tier item, please. Okay. I think I should probably field the jellyfish right now. When I use adjacent aquatic items, it gains a second worth of haste. It's between 2 aquatic items. It itself is an aquatic item.
Legend on Pelago.
I took the cannon early and the burn early so that it would be a breeze to win early fights, but it's absolutely anything but. Oh, Shadowed Cloak, rude. Am I weird for liking Fuel Rod? Yes, sorry. I'm sorry to be the person to inform you, but yes. Oh, first Aiden. I like that guy. Let's go to JJ and look at some broad items here. Seaweed upgrade easy.
Sad to say goodbye.
Clamra upgrade rather. Like, we're in the position where I want to do this and just be like, okay, I'm gonna do very little poison, but I'm healing consistently and I'm just disrupting the enemy. This isn't where I want to be ultimately, but it's not like the cannon itself is winning his fights right now, so. eating contest, I sell silencer, shovel, and cannon all to just get 150 max HP in that fight. In that room, rather. I'm gonna take 3 spare change. Yeah, this is annoying. Eccentric Etherite is going to be too much damage for us. I can't do anything about her. Prostrate Challenger, he scales his own stuff because he does have a bushel on board. But it's not especially quickly. Also, multicast reach adjacent property on the Snow Globe. Then all the way down to Dabbling Apprentice. Dabbling Apprentice actually does a huge amount of burn. But we also have some good healing, so we will be able to beat the Dabbling Apprentice, I'm pretty sure. Armon says, Captain's Wheel is a vehicle, but Crow's Nest isn't. But they're both ship parts. Is Captain's Wheel a vehicle? I think it just activates off of vehicles, right? It itself is not a vehicle, is it?
Make angry.
Okay, our seaweed scaling and healing is... We're off. We're off. It's pearl, turtle shell, pufferfish. You know the bits.
We fight
Oh,
again.
wow. 3 HP. Sylvia sells silver tier items, and there's a lot of those that would really help me out of a jam here, Sylv. Holsters. At the start of each day, your small items gain haste for 1 second. Admittedly, not incredible, but it's not nothing.
The hold can't hold this.
But right now, we're in a position where weights would actually be some scaling. But we wouldn't get damage scaling on field. Got first aid and seaweed triggering it consistent. I'm going to take the roll. I'm not going to take the holsters here. Yeah, I did just need to see something good. Beach ball. Hey, steal aquatic items for 2 seconds. Definitely the kind of thing that wants to go on this board. Docklines is not fast enough to justify its own positioning right there. Then there's also Captain's Wheel, a medium aquatic tool. Haste adjacent items for 2 seconds, and when you use a vehicle or a large item, charge this 1 second. What am I doing with all of the haste? Currently, nothing. Currently, I'm collecting it.
Another empty chest.
Use bronze tier skills, upgrade your leftmost bronze tier item. I think that's going to be dock lines for us. A little bit more disruption could help us. It's worth buys medium items at plus value. Honestly, I have medium items to sell.
All things in moderation. Life and business.
Well, powder flask though.
Not too big, not too small. Perfect.
This is haste triggers that I don't need on board right now. This is haste triggers that I don't need on board right now.
I've got 4 legs because I carry this company.
10 additional damage and 10% cooldown reduction I don't think is worth taking another slot off board. But now at least we have some damage.
My fight isn't with you, but if you insist.
Ooh, silver brick buddy. It'll be an honor to lose to you, friend. I really need to win some early days, and this is not that. Health, toughness, and shield related items in Kev's armory. Pearl would be ideal if we could find it. Those don't count as pearl. That does. When you use another aquatic item, we charge it for a second. Life preserver and barrel there as well.
More raids, more bounty.
Yeah, I'm going to completely sub out of damage. Damage is no longer a thing that I care about. First aid is a lot of non-weapon triggers. It's good enough to stay. Slowing is still nice. I think I keep this board as it is. My plan now is just to scale past the sandstorm against enemies who can't. Oh. This is annoying. When does Beat Ball come out to play? It is a lot of other triggers becoming fast as well, yeah. Could literally be right there. I think this beats Hydro Dude. Does it trade slow for haste? I need slow on board if I'm going to be fighting enemies. So we've got scaling shielding and scaling healing from Seaweed and Barrel. We're trying to disrupt enemies alongside that with the dock lines. And then we have the beach balls and the pearl to try and make things faster. If I can beat Hydro Dude, this is going to completely change the run. It'll definitely make up for a lot of our earlier mistakes. Okay, we are above their health now. Yeah, we're comfortable here. Oh, this is great. Please give me slow and steady. When you slow, your weapons gain 3 damage for the fight. I'd have some scaling finally. The damage rather than healing and shielding. When you slow, your items gain 2% crit chance for the fight. Admittedly, this is probably better for us.
Ah, place to store the rest of the tyrant's gold.
But I don't have to let that make me like it. Lifting, your weapons have additional damage. When you buy a weapon, increase the damage. Flashy Pilot, when you use a vehicle, your items gain 10% crit chance. Pretty cool, but but there's not that many vehicles that I want to use here. Like, Shipwreck is not a used vehicle, and obviously Diamond Tier. Submarine, but it's a weapon. Port is not a vehicle. It's a location. Property, rather. Rowboat? And then Berserker. When your enemy has more health than you, your weapons have their cooldowns reduced by 5%. I'll take the roll. Rapid Thor. When your items gain freeze, reduce the duration by 2 seconds. Thank you kindly. You got it. Vehicle. Which of these is a vehicle? There's also Baron's Friendship. 2 additional damage and 2 additional shield for each friend that you have. And then finally, Poisonous Opener. First time you use large item poison. I'm going to take Rapid Thor.
There are a lot of steps in this staircase, but it's beautiful up there.
I need to save my money, so I'm just going to take a haste item, and it's going to give me the jellyfish. It's going to give me the pufferfish, and everything's going to be fine. See? I misspoke and made it give me the jellyfish instead. That's what happened there. The barrel's a vehicle if you're brave enough. Yeah, to go over the falls with it. The docks. I have an astrolabe. It's a perfect time to go there for some golden experience. Jellyfish for just a tiny amount of poison. I guess I can take Pearl off field to do that instead. And then I'd pop it between the 2 fastest moving aquatic items. So this gives more haste triggers to the board. That's not the important part. Literally just the fact that this puts some poison on the enemy is important. Especially because if they have their own barrel and we're both going to the sandstorm, me having a little bit of poison is going to make the difference. They've got a cutlass. Ooh, mortar and pestle. Every 8 seconds is going to scale the damage on the cutlass. Cool. They have no healing triggers, so the poison is going to stick under their shielding. They do have a barrel and pearl, so they are going to be getting a huge amount of shielding as well. Nice. Our first PvP win! Woo! Oh, Noldo was earlier trying to say vehicle runs never work for me. All good. Yep. Gotta say that worked out pretty well. Nufu. Poison skills are really impactful right now, but middle sells medium items, and that's barrel, that's astrolabe, that's beach ball, that's dock lines, that's pufferfish.
If I don't have what you need, I'll help you find who does.
Take the barrel upgrade.
I used to offer a free ride home, but people thought it was weird.
There's a javelin. When you haste, reload this one ammo. Star chart. Don't need either of those. I will take the roll. Just because on the other side of that could have been the pufferfish. One of the most impactful pickups we can make right now. 2 gold and a silver tier loot item. I'm going to take a silver tier item and get the pufferfish right now. Never mind, it's a throwing knives. But 2 gold and 1 experience always hits the mark for us. Trashdown Mare, you do not do any poison or anything like that. You are a very easy target for us here. I can't believe I thought that the cannon was going to be enough damage to get us through. Only to very, very, very quickly find out that absolutely not at all. Temporary Shelter. When you sell a small item, this gains 10 additional shield. Starts with 20, does it every 6 seconds. The Docks versus Andy, selling small items. Small items are fine, but like realistically, it's medium items that make the difference at the moment. And 5 gold and 1 experience is also really good. Upgrade your leftmost silver or bronze tier item. So it's definitely not Jellyfish. Jellyfish honestly didn't even need its first upgrade. It should be Astrolabe or Beach Ball. Astrolabe will charge twice as fast from other item usage. With the upgrade, charges 2 seconds rather than 1. And then it donates that haste to other items. Yeah, I think it's Astrolabe.
Ooh, the keener the blade, the quicker the fight.
Dock lines would freeze another, slow another item, but without much payoff yet from that slow, other than it's 2% additional crit chance every time I cast it. That doesn't feel like enough right now. Proboscis is in Curio, but I'm not doing it for that. We get a tool. It is a fishing net. We'll get a piranha out of that and then sell both of them tomorrow. Eventually, if the Astrolabe gets good enough, we won't have to have Beach Ball on the field at all. But I don't think we're there yet.
Underestimate me. It makes this more fun.
Ooh. Improvised protection. When you crit, your shield items gain 5 shield for the fight. They have a rocket boots giving additional haste. Oh! The shielded catfish scales. I did not know that. So the shielded catfish shields for 30, and then when it gains haste, it gains 30 additional shield for the rest of the fight. I had no clue. That's so cool. Okay, they've got a seaweed. I've got a seaweed. They've got life preserver. The real difference maker here is going to be how much shielding they're getting out of the shielding catfish versus how much shielding we're getting out of the barrel. Because the sandstorm should still be the one that gets the kill here. I don't think they have enough poison for them to kill me without my seaweed. That is to say, without my seaweed saving me. Barrel's so big. Middle.
Take your time. I'm pretty late.
Thank you.
Maybe if we towed a barge.
Thank you, Middle.
Just toss
That's a
that one,
pufferfish.
and I'll
When you
charge
haste, charge this 2 seconds. Pufferfish is also an aquatic item standing next to the jellyfish, so whenever I use it, it will immediately haste the jellyfish 2 seconds, which means that the pufferfish gets 2 seconds worth of charge. And the Astrolabe is also giving out the additional haste charges. We do lose some haste charges by taking Beach Ball off the field, but realistically, we can't afford to keep all of them on the field. And disruption from dock lines as well as the crit scaling for us is really important. I think this is the strongest version of this build we're currently capable of fielding. I don't need a repeater or a harpoon or a fishing net here. I just got rid of one. JJ sells items. Let me get rid of the temporary shelter and throwing knives, opening up enough space for me to pick up a full 150 from this guy. Yeah, we can't take out the Lich. That's just not how his... Die Mosquito, you could give me a silver proboscis, which I might not use for a while. But I might eventually, you don't know. I could free up 3 spaces on board and maybe actually run a crane from Foreman. Like, the crane between Barrel and Astrolabe, right? So imagine I take pufferfish and jellyfish off the board, right? So it's just astrolabe, barrel, and dock lines, and one other item, whatever is the fastest activating item. So it won't be seaweed, actually. It would be first Aiden. And then I just have astrolabe and barrel on either side of the crane. I'm scaling some nice shielding while the crane is getting towards a position that it can just one-shot enemies. That's actually something, I think. Docklines are a multi-shot perk harpoon would win rule here. Multi-shot perk harpoon is that's a long play right there. Maxwell, good to see you. So it's a real crane kick. It would be. And will be. Give me the crane. It says, when you use an adjacent medium item, this gains 20% damage for the fight. We can make our medium items do stuff. They happen a lot of times over the course of the fight. Dang. Just a cog for giving adjacents some haste. Slow Mo Lumbra, you teach slow skills. I do like those, but the most important slow skills are going to be at gold tier. Vermeer teaches crit skills, all in...
I do not teach. I help you discover for yourself.
The first 5 times you use a tool each fight, slow an item 1 second. So the tools of both astrolabe and dock lines would get additional slows. That's just 10% additional crit chance early on. Barnacle Crusted, reduce the cooldown of your aquatic items by 10%. That's pretty impactful.
Soon I think you will be ready for Adira's training.
Pretty hard not to take that. Invest in yourself for 2 income. I am having some gold troubles this early on. Kev's Armory, health toughness and shield related items up against the docks. Annoyingly, health toughness and shield related items are my biggest cares at the moment, especially Pearl, Astrolabe, Barrel.
Don't have scales? I can forge some for you.
Shielded Turtle Shell! Every 6 seconds, shield 10. Give your shield items plus 10 shield for the fight. When you use another non-weapon, chances 1 second. This has double shield. And then the Pearl upgrade. Both in the same store. Barrel is definitely going off board now. Maybe Docklines goes off board. Like, the Pearl definitely wants to get back on board. I need the healing from the seaweed to save me against poison builds. Jellyfish will see fewer hastes. But I don't think that matters. I need Astrolabe as our hasting tool. Non-weapon, non-weapon, non-weapon. Just Astrolabe haste? Yeah. And we still have aquatics. Pearl is triggering relatively quickly. Pufferfish doesn't care about its adjacency. None of them care about their adjacencies. It's all non-weapon here. Yep. I don't need to use a weapon.
Don't rush things, do ya?
I don't even need to roll here. Like, I could go for the hit on the other items, but we got so many upgrades here. Shielded! This is gonna be so good. I just have to level it up like once.
My fight isn't with you.
My damage to the enemy, admittedly quite minimal. That's the weakest part of this run. Ooh. They've got a pufferfish with some more poison on it, courtesy of Final Dose. They poison a lot faster. Their electric eels is charging up anytime I use an item, and when it goes off, it causes the captain's wheel to go off. Ooh. I don't think my seaweed's going to be enough to save me from the poison they put on.
Land legs
Dang.
make you predictable. You move in straight lines.
Pretty nice board. Toxlox has slow and cooldown items. Non-Bazarian question here. Does right most for an opponent work like stage right versus house right? If I fought myself, my barrel would be there.
I'm so fast, I'm living in your future. No, I won't tell you what happens.
None of those are relevant to my board state at all, but you have a lot of items that will be, so I will roll. Clamra. The fact that it gets used at the start of the fight is nice. If I'm honest, I think Barrel leaves this build pretty soon. I think Barrel needs to make space for Jellyfish and Clamra, and we just have more items activating. And, like, Barrel is a lot of shielding, but Astrolabe and Shielded Turtle Shell and Pearl should be able to provide the same, if not more, shielding. Middle sells medium items, and admittedly, the Pufferfish and Shielded Turtle upgrades are the biggest things we can see, so we have to go and look for them.
Moderation.
Even if we don't find them, we do find the turtle shell upgrade, so it's going to charge an additional second. I'm selling the barrel. I know what I'm about.
If it's not right for you, bring it back. I want you to be happy.
Joyful Jack versus Chilly Charles. Chilly Charles is not going to be able to freeze us that much because of Rapid Thaw. But is that all I care about? Do I care perhaps more about one of Joyful Jack's items? Poppy Field, 3 spaces. If you have no weapons, your items cooldowns are reduced by 10%. Bushel, Succulents. Actually, no. Viper Tyrant. When you poison, gain 4 regeneration for the fight, and also Viper Tyrant has a couple of extracts for giving additional poison to something. You know what? Viper Tyrant? Why don't you give me something? Why don't you give me something good, even? Unfortunately, they gain so much regeneration, it's actually quite annoying to kill them. Got him in the end, though. 1 additional poison from an extract on Pufferfish is still worth it here.
Was that even a battle?
It's a regen from glands. Yeah. Let's get a silver tier item. Cutlass. That's not exactly what we want to be running in this build, friend. Mountain Pass versus Quixel. Quixel does have the items I want, but I don't have the money I want. Mountain Pass does have money and experience in Chilly Charles for us. The value of Clamra is really that it uses itself at the start of the fight, which gets the Pearl closer to a charge, as well as the Shielded Turtle Shell, as well as the Astrolabe, all closer to their first charge, because when they all start going off in tandem is when this board starts happening. so it's still going to be after the next PvE fight, PvP fight, rather, that I get my enchant. The enchant's going to make so much difference here.
Around the globe, unbearably slow.
Big numbers on that shield. Yeah, exactly. That's what this build can do.
Barely got our flags up.
Ice cream truck. Every 6 seconds. Freeze an item for 2 seconds. When you use another non-weapon item, for charge this 1 second. That could be part of a fun freeze build. What all would have to go off field to field that? Hurl triggers off of aquatic item usage. So I'd still want to keep Pufferfish because it is the one that I can get the lowest cooldown on by abusing haste triggers. I don't think Ice Cream Vehicle ever goes on field here, but I'll hold it for as long as I possibly can to give it the possibility. Okay. Let's check a couple of things here. First off, Pufferfish. So Pufferfish would get shielded 50. And as a result of having a shield amount, it will get the scaling from shielded turtle shell. That becomes a, like, even more shielding on top of what I'm already doing. Which, admittedly, do I need more shielding? There's also seaweed. So seaweed says when you use, burn 4. When you use an aquatic item, this gains 2 additional burn for the fight. If I gave it the burning Caldera. I could also give it the shield effect, and then it will shield me for the same amount that the seaweed scales for. Celestial Conduit for preventing slow, frozen, destroyed. And Pearl has pretty much exactly the enchants that you would have imagined.
Maybe they ate some bad gold meat.
The thing is, I think seaweed is one of the first items that goes off of this field when ultimately we get to the position that, like, healing doesn't really matter anymore. Alright. I'm gonna give the Pufferfish the shield. I know that Turtle Shell and Pufferfish are never coming off field. This makes Pearl easier to remove from field. I don't want to, because Pearl is also fast triggers of other things. But it does become possible.
You should know, I'm a bit of a legend.
Hey, you're very welcome, Massage Dave. Says, T-Way to Rhapsody in chat. I took the Regal Blade as suggested and won in 11 days. Hell yeah. Oh, this is exactly the build where I'm going to be happy to have as much shielding as possible. They have a Radiant Boulder. Cannot be frozen, slowed, or destroyed. It deals damage equal to our max HP. Ow. I think I just got bit by a fly, maybe? Another boulder was about to roll across the screen, but sadly didn't get the time. They need shield bash? Yeah, no kidding. I do feel behind in experience, so I'll take the fights when they're given to me. Ooh, Trebuchet. When you use another weapon or haste, charge this 3 seconds. I don't think I want to field a Trebuchet on this board, but... you know, there's a lot of haste triggers going out there. We could see.
Pathetic. As spineless as a jellyfish.
In Century rounds, every 6 seconds, burn 3. When you use an adjacent item, charge this 2 seconds. Before I do that, very quickly... okay, yeah, Jellyfish should be between Shielded Turtle Shell and Pearl. Those are the fastest activating aquatic items. When you use an adjacent item, charge this 2 seconds. And the other fastest adjacencies are Astrolabe and Shielded Pufferfish. Like, I can take Clamra off of the field. It'll slow things down initially, but in Century rounds between Astrolabe and Shielded Pufferfish would be a very, very fast activating item. It'd have a lot more non-weapon triggers that are occurring, which is what Shielded Turtle and Astrolabe care about. It just isn't an aquatic trigger, which is what Pearl cares about. But it's so much more common. It has to be the choice. Also, it's got some burn on it. I mean, it's not really making much difference right now, but it does have some burn on it. Isla sells weapons. The cult trade in health for power. Honestly, I'm going to study for a single experience. The cult would give me a dagger that I could sell. Other than that, I don't really want what the cult's selling right now. It gets rid of my max HP so that I can make weapons better. I'm not doing that. Small Tom Gaming says, hi, how's it going? It's going well. Welcome on in. Study for that experience. Wandering Shoal. Thing is, buddy, I'm pretty sure your pufferfish is gold, so I can't get it. Yeah. But you got a silver seaweed. I'd be able to take that from you. You've got thick hide. When you slow, charge an item 1 second, which I can't utilize, but I could take. Of course, Sunosuke. Says, I'm glad that Raps clarified they would in fact join a cult if it had something they wanted. It'd be foolish to do it without that.
Waste of gunpowder.
Catfish. When this gains haste, it gains 3 poison for the fight. Admittedly, I give out haste, but I don't give out haste in specific directions unless I have Beach Ball on field. I'll be getting rid of First Aiden. Right? First Aiden's so fast, though. How do I get rid of it? I'm getting rid of the Ice Drop. I'll take Catfish. Molifong teaches burn skills. Zara teaches haste and charge related skills. Honestly, it's probably Zara here for us. And Old Zane, skills unique to Vanessa. That's a lot of ammo related and aquatic related stuff. But I specifically want the haste related aquatic skill.
People think the body powers the mind, but it's the other way around.
Crashing Waves. When you use an aquatic item, haste a weapon for 1 second. That would be a lot of haste triggers to get out on our field. But Oceanic Rush would get our items to start resolving much faster. And that's more important. Kina sells no weapon items. I buy those.
With no weapons, leave with big bargains.
Water Wheel. Every 8 seconds, haste your other items 2 seconds. When you use an adjacent item, charge this 1 second. I don't think this can go on board yet, but I think if we started collecting this, we could get it to infinite. But that's a build without an Astrolabe, and it takes 3 spaces off fields that are used for non-weapon item usage. There's a world for water wheel plus catfish instead of astrolabe jellyfish. No, water wheel wouldn't trigger fast enough to do. Would it? When it gains haste, gain 3 poison for the fight. Long John's starting pick. I have to go for the Dream Right. Absolutely. And then tell me how it goes. I'm going to take and hold on to Water Wheel. I don't know if I'm going to use it. I'm not taking Beach Ball. If I'm fielding Water Wheel, then I'm making an additional space and using... if I'm fielding Beach Ball, rather, I'm making an additional space and I'm using Water Wheel instead.
Welcome in, hon. What can I get you?
Middle. Your medium items could be incredible for us. Or...
See that mountain? That's Poe. He might have what you need.
Or not. I look away to cook and you have a shielded pufferfish. Yep, that was the level 10 upgrade. Shielded pufferfish. It's going to be scaling off of the back of the turtle shell.
But if you insist.
They've got their turtle shell and pearl. They're also poisoning. Their pufferfish is going to be activating a lot faster than mine, unfortunately. Because their electric eels is going to activate a lot faster, causing their captain's wheel to give out more haste triggers. Well, I say theirs is going to be resolving faster. Currently, that's not the case. I need this poison number to get higher, like really badly. I need to find a way to gain crit, and then when you crit, improve your poison items by a certain amount. That would be great. Woo, we got a chest. That's all I needed. Just a single chest, baby. Today's racetrack for a haste item. I'm just going to go look at more items.
Bazaar's a crazy place, right?
Wanted poster for gaining additional experience out of 1 fight. Admittedly, yeah, I really do want experience.
For a refund.
So I'll take it when it's offered. Gold tier ammo item, gold tier loot item, gold tier item item. I think I can get rid of first aid and to get matchbox, to get rid of matchbox. Ooh, aquatic item sells Nautica.
It's my favorite air.
Yes, says me. Please give me not flagship. If you have another tool, ammo, property, or friend, this has plus 1 multicast for each. I have no ammo. I could field all of the rest of them, but then I'm doing all of that in service of doing not much damage. Damn. Destroy this and all smaller items for the fight. When you use another aquatic item, charge this 1 second. When it upgrades, it will charge 2 seconds for each aquatic item usage. So the idea here would be that we just poison them, and then we destroy all of their items, and then we just wait. Right? It would be poison them a bunch, and then Dam destroys all of the items on board, and then we wait for them to die of poison while we have more shield than them. Honestly, I don't think that's going to be good. What if they poison or burn you? Exactly. And most of our enemies will poison or burn us faster than I can poison or burn them. Submarine would help. Submarine would be incredible. Straight under the dam. Up against Enclave Revenants. Especially considering I'm no longer running slow on our fields. I'd love to get Exposing Toxins. When you poison, your items gain 2% crit chance for the fight. Your advantage is your survivability, which you wouldn't have with the dam. Agreed. I'm surprised. I've never seen this fight go this long. I guess I am not doing that much damage, but still, 200 poison. I would have expected that to die earlier. Shadowed Cloak. If you use the item left, haste it. If it's a weapon, do more. I'm gonna get rid of the dock lines. We'll take Shadowed Cloak. I'm almost certainly going to get rid of it immediately as well. There's Pol, but I'm going to fight a monster, so... Death Knight Reaper? What could you give me that I'd want? Shadowed Cloak, Diamond Tier? Yeah, you can't give me anything I want, unfortunately. Sure, how do I say Shayua? Shayua Snack says, question, are your videos from your streams or do you do them separately? I do them separately, but I will be starting a series soon on YouTube, which is Rhapsody streams the Bazaar, and then hopefully, Shiwa, thank you. Hopefully, I'll have enough footage from the streams weekly to each day release a off-camera or off Twitch recorded episode and then one recorded on Twitch. So, one after the other. Just to take things that are highlight runs from here and get to show them elsewhere as well. Nice little double dip, that. I'm gonna get rid of the Shadowed Cloak. I don't think that's staying at all. And Deadly Eye. Your weapons have 20% additional crit chance. Woo! Upgrade your leftmost item. The speed of the pufferfish and the turtle shell. The pufferfish is my damage, and my damage is too slow, so I feel like pufferfish speed is the most important thing here.
This will inspire the crew.
And he sells small items. You'll want to show me the ones that I have? All right. Well, good to see you anyway.
Neither wealthy nor wise, huh?
Ooh. That's not a skin you see every day. I think the information from the data mining statisticians is that legendaries, which I think that's a legendary skin, are a 0.26% drop chance. Ballista! It's only silver tier, but they have a lot of ways to give it haste. And they've got a lot of time to scale it. I'm starting to get pretty scared here. Annoyingly, my enemy is getting a bunch of regen out of their solar farm, which is giving them the ability to survive my poison right now. They're also getting a bunch of shielding out of their shielded ballista. Oh, God. This might be a draw. This won't be a draw. I'm not going to be scaling past the... cannot see anything? Yeah. Sorry about that. This is the cost. Yeah, I'm not scaling high enough right now. I'm gonna start petering down until we lose. Yep. You need more poison? I'm aware. I'd have loved to get some. 172,000 damage and shield from a silver ballista, which is the earliest it can show up. Fiery first aid and turbo bomb squad, and you've got a shielded ballista. Buddy, relax.
Is an endless nap. Who are you again?
Languid Junes, enchant item with slow effects. That's our perma slow and perma crit back online. Astrolabe would slow a single item for 2 seconds. Astrolabe, Pufferfish, and Pearl are my fastest activating items that are not yet tacked to anything. Or even more shield. Yeah. Critting is more shield.
Ships may sink, but I'm a good
And also
swimmer.
this will slow down enemies a reasonable amount. That's good too. What does it do now? This also slows a single item for 2 seconds every time it activates, but it charges 2 seconds every time I use a non-weapon item. All my other items are non-weapons. And when it slows, it gives 2% crit chance to all of my weapons. Selling enchanted items is really nice, but I could literally just take a haste enchant right now.
The crews
How do
may
the
be
incendiary
restless,
rounds deal with that? Yeah, just
but
haste
loyal to
1.
me. I don't know about you.
I mean, seaweed is not gonna scale with that, obviously, yeah. Pearl, haste 1. It's just a couple more haste triggers, realistically. But the narwhal art on the right, though, it does look so good. I want to give the Pearl the chance to be enchanted by something else, and I think the Pearl and the incendiary round trigger basically about the same speed. Adira's diamond tier skills versus Wriggle's poison skills. Diamond tier skills are very powerful. That definitely means we can free up the slot that's occupied by the jellyfish, because you think the shielded pufferfish is charging fast enough to not need to see more haste triggers now? Really? Adira's diamond tier skills are incredibly powerful, but I need poison for damage. I have to go to Wriggle here. I don't really get a
I'm a
choice.
professor of the toxic arts.
Chemical fire, 3 additional burns, 3 additional poison. There's also improvised toxins. Your poison items have +6 poison. I'm gonna roll. Improvised toxins is definitely not bad here. It's literally doubling the poison of the shielded pufferfish. I'm gonna roll because the best outcome is I think it's called improvised poisons, and it is when you crit, increase your poison item's poison. Scaling. Creeping toxins. Your slowest poison item has 9 additional poison. Initial dose. Your leftmost poison item has 9 additional poison. Or exposing toxins for more crit chance. We're just going to take... creeping toxins?
It is my pleasure to educate you
Costs us
in
the same.
toxic arts.
Isn't the jellyfish only haste with friends? No. When you use an adjacent aquatic item, and both Shielded Turtle and Pearl are aquatic. I have too many other items that have really good enchants on them, so I don't think I can use Water Wheel anymore. Yeah, says Creeping Toxins gets us out of the pool, so we have a better chance of finding the scaling one next time. I was thinking, like, do I want to get a gold out of the pool or a diamond out of the pool? Void Colossus. If I can take your item, I don't need any of this poison. I'll just destroy all of their items with the Eye of the Colossus and my own shielding. Yes, thank you for destroying all of my items. But now please die. No more poison? Oh, there was enough on them.
Pathetic, as spineless as a jellyfish.
Void Ray. Every 6 seconds, burn 4 with a multicast of 2. When you shield, this gains 1 burn for the fight. Shield, 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 shield. It'd be those, right? Those would be the slots. Gold tier loot item, gold tier item, gold. I'm gonna go gold tier item. Just give me an upgrade to something. Electric eels. When your enemy uses item, charges 2 seconds. If I had like slow related skills for scaling, maybe, but I don't, and I'm probably not gonna get them in time. Gumballs, a little bit of crit chance, not really that relevant, admittedly. Some scrap. Hole for large items. I'm gonna go for the scrap, literally just getting more resources. Hello, Electric. Experience, please. That's what I will always want. Okay. This should be a pretty fun board. You do have slow related scaling for crit. Yeah, but unfortunately I already have enough of that more of that is not really what I need. I need the damage scaling as well. Oh, Icy Barrel on their board. And then they're showing me a bunch of destroyed items, but their items aren't destroyed. I no longer have seaweeds on my field, and they are poisoning me a significant amount. They're going to win this fight. Dang. Barrel's certainly nice, but ultimately it comes down to who had more poison.
Each bounty gets us closer to victory.
One chest. It's not what I wanted, but it is what we got. Thankfully, it looks like one chest is enough for me not to lose any ranks there. Wait, if getting 4 wins is enough to not lose a rank, climbing is very easy. Time to do some more climbing then. Not all climbing is upwards, right? If you watch someone going across a rock face, you'll see that sometimes they go side to side. Do you feel like poison needs to be reworked? It's been a couple of patches with poison as the problem child. Maybe it just needs a couple more like ways to deal with it. So the ways they dealt with poison so far have been mainly taking tools away from poison, but they haven't been giving tools to deal with poison. And that's what's really missing. It's proposed by a lot of people in the community that the way that you're supposed to deal with poison is to heal, but each healing instance removes 1 poison, and yet the enemy is capable in the mid-game already of giving you thousands of poison. There's just no healing that can keep up with that. Even from the very start of the game, healing triggers are not a reasonable way to actually deal with poison. That's what the game is proposing. I think if they want to follow through with that, they have to change some numbers or introduce more ways to manage poison. Dooley's Workshop. Ooh, crit core! This and any items to the right have 15% additional crit chance. When you use any item to the left of this, you give it 1 second worth of charge, and when you crit with any item, you charge. Let's do it. Let's crit. Weapons, thank you. That's what I need.
Finished with fighting, but I can help you finish them. And when you carry my weapon, I fight alongside you.
Yeah, I'll take an alpha ray. When you use your core or another ray, your weapons gain 3 damage to the fight. I'll roll. There's a lot of medium weapons I would still...
Use it well. Make me proud.
Tesla coil. When you use an adjacent item, charge this 1 second. It deals 60 damage. Every 6 seconds. You know how wild that is in the early game? What an incredible shot. Fast attacking weapon from Fanged Inglet? I could get my fast attacking weapon from Viper. I could beat Viper. Hey Lissy, welcome to the stream. Maybe faster healing items that heal small amounts? Yeah, maybe, but then all of the skills related to those or related to scaling healing items go really, really wild on those, so you introduce another problem. I fully understand that it's a difficult line for them to be walking. We'll take an extract there. For the possibility, I'll go to the Strange Mushroom and take an experience. If we find another experience, I will be over the moon here. We don't. That's fine. Finn's Big Bite will still give me some regen.
Are just containers for it.
We're out to dethrone a king, not to squabble with nobody.
Okay, we're good. I was terrified that this item, the square item, was going to be a life preserver, because that's pretty much all you really need in the early game for Vanessa to make it through the first fight comfortably. But it isn't. Hey, Raps, how have the rounds gone so far? There was a really good run at the very start. The Pygmalion run was pretty damn good, and then we played Vanessa. We gave it our ding-dong diddly best, but the Pygmalion run definitely went better.
You've got talent. You should put it toward nobler use.
That's going to be our level up, so we're going to be able to field our Alpha Ray.
Oh, hi. Greetings.
Toxins, final dose. I'm going to take Right Eye. Your rightmost item has 8% additional crit chance. Critting is really good because it's a second worth of charge on the critical core.
You've learned all you can from me. See Argenta. She's wonderful.
I don't really care about the damage of Alpha Ray. It just needs to make the critical core faster. The critical core just wants to go as fast as it possibly can. We'll take the golden experience here. Fielding a specific item was going to be difficult there. Honestly, Lickit has crit chance.
It's okay to take a bite of me. I'll grow back.
Super Syrup. Adjacent items permanently have 1% additional crit chance.
If candy tastes best, why eat other things?
If I give that to the critical core and the Tesla coil and it can fully resolve, they're gonna be so much faster, as well as more damage. Rogue Scrapper, you do enough damage that I'm kind of scared of you. Coconut Crab I would definitely be able to beat, but I would also beat it quite quickly. The Pygmalion run probably will make it to the YouTube Lissy at some point, but it's also available here as past broadcasts if you just want to go back there. Super Zero also regains all used ammo if you upgrade it. Yep. I'm familiar with that. Rogue Scrapper? I think my regen means I can take Rogue Scrapper. Like, yeah, he hits me with 60, but I regen most of that before the next hit comes in. Not most of it. Some of it. I regen some of most of it. Uh-oh. Tesla coil was about to go off. We almost got there. The syrup got all of its charges off except for 2. That's actually pretty good. I think I actually will keep that. Alia sells weapons. Jungle Ruin. I gotta go to the weapons.
Fights lately? Oh, I do miss it.
A very fast activating weapon in the Uzi. A weapon that activates off of the core activation in Arc Blaster. Both incredible pickups.
I prefer action.
We roll and then we find the Alpha Ray upgrade as well. What is this?
Well, you can't.
Strange Mushroom? That's the ability to get an experience and level up before the next fight. Bronze tier friend, bronze tier loot item, bronze tier item. I'm going to take a bronze tier item. It's copper red. So I want to speed up the activation of the core because that scales my damage. I do want to have good crit chance. But maybe I'm best served by going all on the left-hand side, just so that I can get the scaling from Alpha Ray out as quickly as possible. Alpha Ray triggers when the core is used, and this triggers for all items on the left hand, giving it additional charge. Also, the critical core has a 31% chance to crit when it hits. If it crits, it charges itself for a second immediately. Oh boy. We're both doing big damage builds, but mine's just a little bit bigger and a little bit faster. I need to maintain a win streak for early days. That's like one of the most important things that can possibly happen right now. Annoyingly, gumballs are really good here. Red and blue specifically. Sleep well, Lissy. Thanks for tuning in. I'm going to save this the super syrup to do the reload with it, giving me the ability to give critical core and Tesla coil, hopefully. Another 20% crit chance each. I could go and get 5 gumballs, but that doesn't really feel the spirit of the thing. 3 bonds-tiered chocolate bars at only 30 max HP. It's basically nothing. But it saves my money for the next store. I'm gonna go get gumballs. Come on, blue and red. Ooh, okay, 2% crit chance for the board and 2 damage for the board. Also get 10 max HP and 1 additional shielding from Copper Red. You know what? I'll sell extract as well and get 2 more gumballs. Red gumball and green. Come on, good free option here. Ooh, lost crate for experience and gold. That's a pretty good free option. And there was a non-weapon vendor as well, so a vendor that I'm pretty happy to dodge. So level 4 is going to be our level up, so I can use that, the experience from leveling up here in order to get the upgrade on the super syrup. Weak point detector. When you slow, charges 2 seconds. Admittedly, buffing my weapons off of slow is pretty good. We reload the super syrup. Now at silver tier, it is giving adjacent item 2% additional crit chance. So we'll be giving that to the critical core as well as Tesla coil. Eating contests. I could sell the weak point detector to go for the full 150 HP in the eating contest. And admittedly, I think that's really good. But also, I could replace Copper Red. I could upgrade Tesla coil. Uzi doesn't need an upgrade, but it theoretically could get one. Isla is the best, is the best shop for us. It's really hard to turn it down.
Go make some more stories, then come back and tell me.
We'll take the Tesla coil upgrade. When you use an adjacent item, charges 2 seconds. There's also Pulse Rifle. Every 4 seconds, deal 10 damage. Has +1 multicast if adjacent to a friend, and another +1 if it's adjacent to your only friend. After I remove the super syrup from the field, that's going to be incredible. Honestly, I'm only going to feel the super syrup in my non-player fights. Okay, I now have an opportunity to do that right now. Thank you. Mountain Pass, give me a combat. Alright, never mind, I got betrayed. 4 in 2 seconds does mean that Pulse Rifle is officially faster than the Uzi. GPU every 4 seconds, haste the core for a second. Whatever. Azure. I could try and play this aggressively and put the syrup on the board here, just looking at the enemy's win record. But I think I'm in a better position just trying to kill them very quickly in case they do have something good on board. Bushel, model ship, yo-yo, marbles, all there. But the damage. The Cannonade says, launch on update as promised. Closing in on 100% crit chance, down to 5.7 seconds, and a shield enchant. 5 more wins to go. Best of luck. It seems to be going pretty well. Okay, Isla is back. And admittedly, weapons are the most impactful thing. There's many upgrades I could find there. All right, Isla.
Battle days are over, but my weapons crave more.
Race Call is not what we're looking for in this build. Angry, Balloon Bot, and Force Field, definitely neither. Dang. Chlorance, Power Drill, and Laser Pistol certainly don't make their way into this build either.
With bruises.
Full whiff. That's unfortunate. I'm going to go to the battlefield for a small weapon just because I don't think I can get much of value from Curio, and the aerodrome is probably going to take me to a shop, which I can't afford anything in. Hamlet, when you slow charge this 1 second. Sure. I'd love that to be good at some point. Not yet, but at some point. I almost wonder if I should take like Arc Blaster and Uzi off field here. Because we will kill too quickly. I don't think I can. I wish you had more health, Technovirus. Maybe it's Uzi. Maybe Uzi just doesn't need to be on this board. Okay, I managed to get 5 ammunition out of the Super Syrup there, so that's 10% crit chance to both the core and the Tesla coil. Argenta teaches silver tier skills. I mean, if you're going to immediately give me access to Rapid Thor, I'm going to say thank you, yes please. I'm going to click the button and I'm going to move onwards. And he sells small items, but again, max HP matters to us. Oh, Crypto is bugged at the moment, is selling for 11. Interesting. I knew the gold one was bugged. I didn't think this one was. Haste, slow, and cooldown items available on Tox Clocks. Slow is the most relevant part of that, but I don't think it's relevant to this board right now. I think we go to the docks, and I'll work for a weapon. Bayonet. When you use a weapon to the left of this, deal 5 damage. Eh. Captain Kino has won 1 fight. I wonder if they assume that a random number function was min-to-max exclusive when it's actually inclusive, so it can always go 1 over. The fact that the gold one can give any value from 0 to 25 makes me feel like that's not the case. It's some other thing. Okay. This is a square build in weight of a crook that they don't have. Does a pretty amount of damage when they all fire off at the same time, but thankfully we do enough to get past them. My guess would be it's the tier above the shown one, so silver gives the gold range. Silver gives... I mean, I've only seen silver go up to 11. I assume it can go up to 15. Not aware. But gold can go from 0 to 25, whereas diamond can go 0 to 40. So it's not inheriting the range above itself, unfortunately. I'm not going for a friend item here. It's absolutely the level up. Argenta's... No, this isn't Argenta's level up. Silver tier item, silver tier friend, silver tier loot item, silver tier item, please. Power drill. If this increased the amount it charges by, it might even be usable. Anyway. In the meantime, it's not. The docks, Sylvia... This is Sylvia. This is absolutely Sylvia. Solar Farm. Haste your other items for 2 seconds. Gain 8 regeneration for the fight. When you burn, charge this 1 second. There's also charcoal for the burning, and then duct tape. Shield 10. Slow an item 2 seconds. When you use an adjacent item, charge this 1 second. No. Omega Ray. When you use the core or another ray, adjacent burn items gain +1 burn for the fight. I'm gonna buy this. I'm going to put it on the far left of my inventory, and we're never going to speak about it until it becomes relevant again. Got it? I can definitely spend the rest of my super syrup and fight Trash Town Mayor at the same time. Sonosuke says, hey Raps, can I speak of that thing now? I don't know what thing you could possibly be thinking about. Trash down Mare and getting the damage would be incredible. She What's Next says, I love Sylvia's design so much, I just wish there were more varied female designs in the Bazaar. Agreed. Power drill out? I mean, it's temporary shelter. I'm not going to be using it. Oh, wow. Super Syrup's one off? Do I level the Super Syrup again? Do we go all the way up to gold on this? Super Syrup. Okay, so it'd go to 3% additional crit chance. It doesn't double again and go to 4. Give it to the pulse rifle? No. Tesla coil increases its charge speed as it levels up. Eventually, it and Critical Core are just going to be passing charge back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, and the rest of the board is going on as well. That's the goal. JD, you sell broad items, but...
People first, profit 10.
You might sell things that I can use. Cool LEDs. When you use the core, charge is 2 seconds. It itself passes charge back to Hamlet, and theoretically to a weak point detector. No. That's so much slower than not. Cooling fan. Give the core 5% additional crit chance for the fight. When either player has burn, reduce the item's cooldown by 50%. That's what the Super Syrup is doing. I'm not going to double down on that. All right. We buy crypto for 4. I'll sell it for 11, maybe? We'll see. Thank you. Absolutely, I'll go to Surf and Safari. What do you got for me, buddy?
Have skills they've been honing for eons.
Your small diamond tier items have their cooldowns reduced by 30%.
All these things are beatable.
I just need to get an item to diamond tier. Now, I don't run it in fights, but the Super Syrup is ready to give 30% additional crit chance to the Critical Core as well as the Tesla Coil. And that's going to be pretty good. The meme is alive? What meme? There's nothing mimetic about this. There's nothing funny about this. Oh boy. Improvised heal. When they crit, their healing items gain 10% additional healing for the fight. They don't have a way to force those crits to occur yet. Jewelry has 5% crit chance on their board, but that's about it. Oh, and 5% on bandages, but that's from Shield Protector.
Well, I guess motivation isn't everything.
Okie dokie. Hey, still got a good lot of burn out of that matchbox. Middle sells medium items, and I think I want to go there. The Tesla Coil upgrade would be obviously the GOAT. Brick Buddy, Security Camera, and Power Drill are not it though. I'll take a Pulse Rifle upgrade, 10 more damage to it.
Really gonna enjoy that.
10 additional damage to a weapon is admittedly really good, but it's up against scaling those weapons in the first place.
This leg. Oof.
Tesla Coil upgrade. Now it's charging now it's charging 3 seconds when I use an adjacent item. 2 charges causes this to go off. Previously it was 3 charges. Now 2 charges cause it to go off. That's a huge difference. I'll take the Hamlet upgrade, even if I don't expect it to be relevant.
Make me proud.
It's better to have it than not have it and need it. Also, getting it to Diamond tier could be relevant. Dire Inglet, Enclave Weeper. I think I go Enclave Weeper. We just take the best that we can get. Dire Inglet does have a really, really good skill for us, which is aggressive. When you use a weapon, give it 4% crit chance, right? Incredible. Incredible hit. Is it worth taking that fight, though? I don't think so. Aku asks, question, what happens if you enchant the syrup? I don't think you can. Yeah, there's no enchants for the syrups. I'm going to have some connection issues first. That's an important part of my strategy here. Oh. All right, Enclave Weeper. Let me give out the sugar syrups, eh? No, it's 15 hours from now they're going to be patching. I suspect I might have to reload the menu here. Oh, it won't even do that. All right, we're going to the desktop. Please tell me it's working. I would like to finish this run. It's a good run. Come on. Oh, I guess I won the fight. We got 5 charges out of the syrup and an ectoplasm. Okay. Gets armory, health, toughness, and shield. Not what I'm looking for. I'll take as much HP as the eating contest will give us. Yay! Yep, that was a win. But me, you teach crit-related skills. The only problem is you're up against gold-related skills, and gold skills are so good. Gold skills are scaling, gold skills are haste, gold skills are even crit.
Adira has surpassed me in power, but he can never surpass me in years.
Building crescendo. When you use an item, your items gain 10% crit chance for the fight. Your items have 50% less crit chance to start with. We take that. Surf and Safari again? Anyway, I'm going to sell crypto right now because I need the money, just in case surfing is expensive. The sugar syrup means nothing anymore. I don't need it.
You can learn a lot from nature if you survive it.
Rigged. At the start of each fight, haste 3 items for 3 seconds.
See how she crouches before the strike? You can use that.
This should be pretty absurd. See crescendo, click crescendo. Yeah, crescendo's absolutely got to be nerfed. It's one of the most consistent ways to be able to get crit out of nothing. And it heavily invalidates a lot of other crit scaling because it's just so powerful. Like, yeah, we're already just critting constantly with everything. Oh, they've got an infinite going on.
I paint my shit red, but I don't.
Wait, how? Oh no, it's just anything to win. When you use another non-weapon item, burn one and poison one. They were just doing a lot of those. There was no infinite on their board. They just had a lot of value. Damn. The more crit you have, the faster it builds. If it can get you past that negative 50%, it just means you're getting to 100% faster. That's still, like... Using this for all of the levels, so for the base level, it's upgrade, and then it's upgrade afterwards, is capable of giving just under 60% crit chance. 6 items need to activate in order for that to happen, and we have items that are just constantly activating at the start of the fight. And haste. I'm not saying it does nothing. I definitely recognize that there is value, and I guess I will finish using the syrup here. But it's almost nothing compared to what building crescendo is capable of doing. It is almost irrelevant.
Any good fights lately? Oh, I do miss it.
Oh, he has a rocket launcher, deadly laser pistol, and Dianosaur. I'm gonna turn all of those down. I don't need them. But we'll take the Alpha Ray upgrade.
Enjoy the thrill of battle.
3 additional scaling to all of our weapons every time we use the core. Uzi, I will upgrade, but only because I have Diamond Fangs. If I didn't have Diamond Fangs, I would prefer that the Uzi never shows up in the shop again, so not upgrading it would prevent it from being able to show up in later shops. And he sells small items, but I don't have the money for that at the moment. We go experience. The fact that Thug has both Bonk and Thieves Guild makes it really difficult at all points to ever ignore it. They even have Junkyard Club, just 6 damage to all of my weapons. I'd happily take that. Enemy cooldowns are increased by 1 second. That'll help us defeat infinites, baby. Silver tier friend, silver tier loot item, silver tier item. Miss Isles. When you use the core, reload this. Every 3 seconds, deal 10 damage with a multi-cost of 2. That's an easy replacement for the Hamlet and Arc Blaster there. Yep. Another 150 max HP, please. The Cult. Trade health for power. I can go there. I can get a deadly enchant on our leftmost item. Leftmost weapon, rather. Critical Core just gets 50% additional crit chance. That makes sense. Tesla Coil gets 50% additional crit chance. That makes sense. The Uzi, 50% crit chance. The Alpha Ray, 50% crit chance. Miss Isles says when you haste, your weapons gain 6% crit chance for the fight. So with Miss Isles getting the critical, that means that Rigged immediately gives us 18% crit chance for all of our items at the very start of the fight.
Do you feel his flames whispering, calling you?
Let's have a quick think, though. Because it's up against the Runic Bow. Runic Bow. Every 6 seconds, multi-cost 2, lifesteal. Deals double crit damage. Deals double crit damage. Maybe it's Vital Sacrifice. Oh, I shouldn't be selling those all. I just need enough to get the bow. Pulse Rifle probably doesn't go back on board at this point. It's just not fast enough.
Go ahead. Underestimate me. It makes this more fun.
We've got a Radiant Sniper Rifle. I'm not going to be able to slow that down. Thankfully, the Runic Bow life steals all of my health back, as well as killing the enemy at the same time. Okay. Yeah, it does really good damage. First time you pick the bow, if memory serves me right. I believe it's my first time on camera picking the bow, yeah. Beating contest up against Andy. Admittedly, Andy is very appealing right now, just because Diamond tier on Alpha Ray is 30% cooldown reduction for it. Diamond tier on Uzi would be amazing as well.
I would never debase my wares by haggling. Ugh. Shall I gift wrap it for you?
We don't ever have to talk about it, chat. Dooley's workshop. Some of the Bazaar's most remarkable technology is being collected here. Upgrade your leftmost friend, missiles. Upgrade the core and gain 10% max health. Choose a free friend. Well, I'll be upgrading the core and gaining 10% max health, I believe. Oh my god. Haste on this field would be incredible. And if I give the critical core that haste, it will dispense it to 2 targets? Yeah, 2 targets for 3 seconds. And it is the absolute best recipient. Turbo Critical Core hastes 2 items for 3 seconds. Car Conductor. Honestly, I don't think I need the Car Conductor. I'm gonna go to Burninator bot. I'm kind of hoping to get the Flamethrower. I don't know if I'll field it. Yeah, Pylon when you slow, hasten item for 2 seconds. Probably not going to end up being relevant at all to this run. Goldie sells gold tier items, but a Monster Ranch is cooldown reduction. And we find the 4% across the board, which I'll take. Alright, Pearl Stick Zone.
You look like a hardy one. Need some work?
And Sentry rounds for charging off of adjacents. Turbo GPU. I don't need any of those. Cannonade. Every 6 seconds, deal 100 damage. When you use a weapon, charge this 2 seconds. And a Tloddle. A Tloddle is not going to grow fast enough. Cannonade, though? Uzi and missiles could go. No, they're the fastest ones. Runic Double Bow would be one of the ones that goes for Cannonade. Maybe Uzi for the other. I want to see it.
Looks like the Cretaceous era.
I think it's real. I think it's so real. Little Petunia! Aww.
A king, not to squabble with nobodies.
You've got Fiery Rebirth, so you'll be coming back with full health. Oh, you got a Shielded Seaweed as well as the Pearl and the Restorative. So I need to do a lot of damage very quickly. We are now critting with absolutely every hit.
Like my crew says at the bar. Another round.
I don't think the Cannonade was bait. Especially because with one more upgrade, it is charging off of 2 weapons usage, which means it'll be activating effectively 50% more times. Rukon teaches weapon skills. Simon teaches skills unique to Dooley. The thing is, skills unique to Dooley still include things like hastes. But Turbo Critical Core is already giving out those hastes. You know what, Rukon?
Ah, good meet. I mean, good to meet you.
Improvised weaponry. When you crit, your weapons gain 5 damage for the fight. That's all I do!
Destroyed many Sphinxians.
That's the goal, baby! Alright, let's go into epic battle. This is absolutely a blessed run. Oasis Guardian, what are you up to? It's not something I'd be disappointed in, is it? Venomander for 3 regen for the find as well as poison. Not at all relevant. I'm going to study for an experience. Gumballs are not awful, but the best gumballs are bad for me right now. The crit chance. I'd have to get a full 10 blues for it to make any sort of difference to my board state. In fact, all of my items already have 27% crit chance still. What's that coming from? They have 87 in general and they're being lowered by building crescendo? How? I take it back, my failed Nessa Cannonade runs left me jaded. Yeah, this is a really good Dooley item. that's the trick of it. Alright, Death Knight Reaper. I think I go to you. Yes. Sapphire, gold tier loot item, gold tier tool. I'm gonna go gold tier loot here. Hey, 2 experience. Yes, please. That, in fact, will get us our level up before the next fight. And because I'm also going to BazaarCon for even more experience, I'll be pretty happy about that. Upgrade your leftmost item. That's got to be Cannonade now. It's going to be really difficult for me to level up Cannonade outside of level up options like that, so. Although getting the 30% cooldown reduction on Alpha Ray is definitely important as well, so I might go to Andy immediately afterwards. See, Baradon says, hi Rhapsody, just wanted to say welcome back to streaming. Thank you, very kind. Glad to be back. Your video stream on Roguebook got into Twitch and YouTube and watching roguelike gaming content. Cool. Well, good to have you. Very glad to be back.
You've just taken the first step toward good taste.
I don't need to upgrade the item that I don't have. I'll take crypto though.
You got it here.
I can do some gambling. I'm a gambling fan. Cargo shorts? No, cargo vroom. Cargo beep beep honk. Oh, big burn Dooley build. Heavy machinery and letting off steam, so they've got it on. It's oiled, that machine. But it's not bulletproof. It's oiled, but it's not bulletproof. Or specifically, it's not cannon-proof. It's very difficult to make something cannon-proof fairly. Does Cannonade eventually become a better adjacency for Tesla Coil? I should have a look at that as we roll over the level here. Alia, you sell weapons. Isla, sorry, you sell weapons. I'll go to you. Forklift just isn't it yet. Forklift is just so not there. Mech Moles and Barbed Wire. Forklift, deal 100 damage for every item to the left of this in 10 seconds. Then haste this and the items on the right for 4 seconds. There's so many better ways to access those effects that don't completely cannibalize your board. Arc Blaster! I'll upgrade that.
Come back and tell me.
I'll absolutely upgrade that. Arc Blaster now charges 3 seconds when you use the core. With Diamond Fangs, it'll be up to 4 seconds of a 6-second cooldown? What? Yeah, it might be able to get down to 6 seconds. Cool. I mean, we run it back, we just go to Andy and we're looking for the same items again. There's the Arc Blaster upgrade.
Remember, diamonds come in small boxes.
5.4 seconds. When you use the core, charge this 4 seconds. It's very good. It's just missiles attacks very commonly, so I need like 2 items, like Uzi and Arc Blaster, possibly both. And again, I'll take and gamble on crypto. I've got Rapid Thor, so I could go to Frost Street Champion. And in fact, there's something very funny we can get at Frost Street Champion, specifically Blizzard. At the start of each fight, freeze all non-weapon items for 2 seconds. I would absolutely take that. Just freeze my entire enemy board and none of my items. Slows their infinite down. Snowflake. When you sell this, give your leftmost freeze item 1 additional second to freeze. I don't have a leftmost freeze item. I can get rid of Pulse Rifle easily. Zara teaches haste and charge skills. Admittedly, I get my haste out on my field pretty quickly. I'm going to go for Adira because I'm closing my eyes here. I'm closing my eyes. I saw the first one. The first one was when your enemy goes below half health, double your crit chance. Not relevant. What I'm looking for here is Knife Tricks. So Knife Tricks, when you use a weapon, decrease its cooldown by 5% for the rest of the fight. All of these weapons triggering one another will do that ridiculously, including the ability for the core to get all the way down to constantly infiniting by itself. Liquid Cooled, first time you use the core each fight, freeze an item 6 seconds. Intrusion countermeasures, first time you fall below half health each fight, use your friends, and then Focused Rage. I'll take the roll, and we don't find it, but that's okay. Living Flame, first time you fall below half health, your burn items have their cooldowns reduced. No, you have regeneration equal to half the burn of the enemy. No, Desperate Cleanse. The first time you fall below half health each fight, remove freeze and slow from your items and cleanse half your burn and poison. I'll take it. Dang. Not what I was looking for, but it is what we got. Cryosphere, freeze all items other than the core for 2 seconds, and also none of your items because they thaw immediately. Welding Torch and Barbed. I'll take the missiles upgrade.
I guess I made a sale.
Yeah, bad roll there in retrospect, unfortunately.
This world is full of noise. You must find the quiet within.
He's here. When you use a weapon, your shield items gain 3 shield for the fight. First time you haste each fight, freeze an item for 4 seconds. That freezes immediately at the start of the fight. Because I haste literally first second from rigged. So I think I have to take that, especially because now I can get Invigorating Cold, which is when you freeze, haste all of your weapons. Or, sorry, haste all of your items, rather. And it would be really good in this position. HBKL says, from last stream, I realized that all sellers that sell skills like Nufu, by tier rather, like Nufu, are from the same species. Ah, Adira and...
I can see you're going places.
Who's the one below Adira? Gold tier? All-in. Nufu, All-in, and Adira, all same? Yeah, I could believe that. Just visually calling them to mind. I'll sell crypto for 22.
I'm a people person, and sometimes I sell stuff.
Yeah, you have Ballista, but that's not what I'm here for.
Buy, don't buy, as long as we get to hang out.
Small items?
Mind is highly concentrated.
All right, thanks for playing, buddy.
Window shoppers.
2 gold and a gold tier loot item. Get a gold tier item. I'm gonna go for the gold tier loot item. 3 regeneration, a little bit of money. Fine. Boss Harrow. Whenever a non-weapon item is used slow, that could be fun. Juggler from Trash Titan. Obviously very good. Alright, Boss Harrow, give me the slowing item. Give me the assault focus. Anytime a non-weapon item is used, slow it for 2 seconds.
Whatever moves pay you, I'll double it.
Ah, bayonet. Can't exactly think that one's going to be relevant to us. Middle sells medium items. Honestly, Tesla Coil doesn't really need to get lower in cost is the thing. It's already fine where it is. Aerodrome, I can go there and reroll. Quicksell, eh. Definitely not jewels. I'm looking for smaller items, friends. There we go. Andy?
The finer the meal.
Andy, please.
If you want something big and
You have one job.
go see Pole.
And it's to upgrade my Alpha Ray. That's the only job you have. I'll be taking my 1,500 additional HP points here and then going into what I hope to be our final fight. Do I think Cannonade triggers faster than missiles at this point? I don't believe so. But when everything's critting, yes. You know what? I think it is Uzi and Arc Blaster replace missiles. I want to actually use my Diamond Fangs. They have a shield bash? They do have a shield bash. Ooh, turbo missiles and a shielded ballista as well. The thing is, shield bash only triggers when I use a non-weapon item, which I don't have. Got 0 of those bad boys. Big old goose egg. All right, let me do the thing where I do that and then big old turbo critical core with the old thing and then the Cannonade. This is really the cool part. Arc Blaster also benefiting from Diamond Fangs, but realistically, Diamond Fangs didn't do anything in the run. Uzi's just fast, and Alpha Ray came early and was upgraded early. That's a pretty good run right there. That's what we call a pretty good run. I mean, we were trying to do Building Crescendo as well. Comfy 10 winner, exactly, Morgnog. All right.